you're telling me now that the heat is off?
Yes, on December 19th, before ever receiving any warning, they completely turned the power off, and I've been living here with no power since then.
Your goodness. Court calls the case of Northwood Property versus Brienne. Is it Porcia? Hello, can you unmute and state your name?
Yes, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, I apologize. I have low vision. I can't see I can't see the screen. So
okay, it's okay. The plaintiff's attorney is not here. I guess they're saying he signed in, but hasn't signed back in. You're here. Are you moving to dismiss this case, ma'am?
What does that entirely mean?
That means this case would be over, at least temporarily.
Then
because
yes,
they're not here. Pardon?
Does that mean that they would have to serve me all over again?
I'm sorry?
Does that mean that I would need to be served all over again?
Well, they'd probably have to start over. They'd have to serve you with something.
Okay. Then yes, I would like to dismiss.
Case dismissed.
Thank you so much.
That's without prejudice. They may come back and they may try to do something, but they'll at least have to try to start this case over and move to set it aside. But you'll get an opportunity to be heard if that happens, okay?
Okay, moving forward, what do I do now?
What do you mean?
Do I stay put? Can I tell you about the case or?
No, you can't tell me about it. But yeah, you can stay where you are because I'm not signing. This case is dismissed, so I'm not signing any orders telling you have to do anything.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. You have a great day.
Do you have any advice about, I'm sorry, do you have any advice about how I should move forward?
No, I can't give you legal advice.
Okay, what about the fact that the power has been turned off prior to ever receiving any paperwork? There is no power in this.
Okay, hang on. I may vacate my dismissal on this, but hold on. All right. Are you sight impaired, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay, and you're telling me now that the heat is off?
Yes, on December 19th, before ever receiving any warning, they completely turned the power off, and I've been living here with no power since then.
Your goodness. So do you have a lease there? I do see it. Hold on.
Yes.
Okay, your lease expired, it looks like. Are you there by yourself, ma'am, or?
I have my best friend that's here that helps me with my vision.
Got it.
He's present.
So you've been without electricity for
just about a week, and that's yes, and that's actually about 2 months ago. My landlord turned off the power in the back of the house, which was the room that I was renting out. So I had to move my bed out to the kitchen area because that was where she just cut half of the power. So I had to move into the living room area to stay warm. And then now on the 19th of December, she fully cut off all the power, so.
Was she supposed to, I'm trying to look through your lease real quick. Is it up to her utilities? Hang on. So you're sure she shut it off?
Yes. I'm not, I asked her about it and she was coy. So I don't know how I could prove that it was her giving. I don't have proof of it being specifically her.
Okay.
But there's people that live above me that they have power. It's just the bottom part of the apartment that has been shut off. So this whole building is not completely without power, just where I reside.
I got you. So here's what I'm going to do, ma'am. I'm going to vacate the dismissal. I'm not going to dismiss the case. Okay. Because you can't continue like this, and it's about to get very cold out there soon.
Okay.
Here's what we're going to do. Their attorney signed in, but then signed out.
Okay.
So, I don't want to put you out to the 10th, which is my next date, with the circumstances as you're explaining them. Follow that? So,
yes.
What I want to do. I want noon. Yeah. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to sign back on at noon today.
Okay.
Okay. We're going to try to get to the attorney in this to tell him that we want to see him here at noon today. Okay. And let's see if we can get some of that resolved. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So sign back on at noon. I'm not dismissing your case at this point. Sign back on at noon. We'll get the attorney here and see what we can do. All right?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. Have a good day.
You're welcome. You're welcome. We'll talk to you at noon. Okay? Take care.
Thank you.
That's it for that blog. 14A stands in recess.
I don't know how to hang up. Oh, they did it for me. He was not very happy.
No.
I heard him say.
You're muted, Mr. Jerkis.
Edward Jerkis for the plaintiff.
And your name, ma'am?
Brianne Portia.
Portia. All right.
Your Honor, I apologize for this morning. I was having technical difficulties. I did become aware of what occurred, and I believe I have rectified that situation. I need to get confirmation from Brianne or the tenant. Has there been any change since this morning, Brianna?
Yeah, it's Brianne. Yes, thank you. The power is back on. Thank you so much for that.
Okay, so the power is back on. Well, I'm going to have to ask the question so that we know. I would certainly just go ahead. I think this was going to be dismissed, right? It was going to be dismissed. Yeah. However, the real question for the court becomes 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is that right? 1, 2, 3.
I can't read what you put in the chat.
It's okay. It's okay, ma'am. What was in the chat? What? I'm not sure what got put in the chat, but it was somebody else. Okay.
Oh,
so
okay.
It's okay. Here's what the issue is. Who shut off the electricity?
I would have the understanding that it is in the landlord's name. And there are a couple units in that property, and I think the wrong one got turned off, and it was never brought to the attention that it was her specific unit.
Your Honor, may I say something?
Yes, ma'am.
I reached out to my landlord, Diana Watches, and I did get a response. So she was aware that the power was cut off the day after I technically did not even receive my summonings because, like I told you previously, I have a partner here that helps me with my vision. And when I was supposedly served my summonings, I technically wasn't even served. They knocked on the door and I wasn't available, and they threw the paper at my partner.
Okay.
And,
all right. I'm not going to worry about that. Here's what I'm
Right.
getting at. I guess I was getting at. Mr. Drukas, I'm not going to dismiss this. I'm going to set this over to the 10 because it may, and you may want to have your client and attempt to try to negotiate it. But if she's without power for those 9 days, your client may very much owe about $1,800 minimum to the defendant.
Is there any way that we can address escrow in the interim? Because this was a lease that ended back almost 6 months ago, or in August, and there have been no payments that have been made.
I asked for a bill, and
Hold
I was
on,
never received.
ma'am, stop.
Yes, sir.
There's been no payments.
Yeah, there's been no payments for.
Well, how much is the monthly rent?
The monthly rent is at $500.
So 500. And so how much is plaintiff claiming she owes?
Currently, we have a balance at $34.80.
$34.80?
Correct.
Okay, well, I'm not going to have to put anything into escrow at this point because the issue is going to be your client may well owe her about $1,800 of that.
Okay.
And that's the floor of it under the lockout statute. So, I mean, she may indeed end up owing her more. So why would I have her pay escrow at this point in time? So
Well,
I'm not dismissing the case. We're going to resolve this issue or figure out how we're going to resolve this issue. I'm going to set this over to January 10th, 2025 at 2 p.m. in person.
Thank you, Aaron.
Your Honor, where is this located?
At the service center by the Washtenaw County Jail. You know where we are, Hogback and Carpenter.
I'm sorry, what name? Hardback?
Hogback and Carpenter.
Hogback, okay, and Carpenter. I am
Well,
familiar with that.
if you say Hogback like that, then that means you don't know where you're going because everybody around knows where Hogback is. So here's
I'm not
all right.
I'm not from here. I just moved here, so.
Okay, no, and I can tell when you said Hogback. Okay, yeah, it's here. It's over by the Washtenaw County Sheriff's Department.
Okay.
Okay, you want me to give you the address? Would be 4133 Washtenaw.
Okay, you got that. Okay, thank you so much.
Not a problem. We'll see you there.
Okay, thank you.
Go ahead. What?
What will I need to go to? How do I don't know what. So I go there. Do I need anything?
What I've heard today, you just need to get here to the court hearing. We're going to try to flush out what we can flush out.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. Have a good New Year.
And my phone number is on the paperwork. If you can give me a call, certainly I'd like to chat before the next hearing.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.